to Van Life Pantry and Nomadic Pantry, ampersand, and all about van life. Sometimes you work from the library when you need to do some computer work, and a good spot is back in the corner, back at the table that nobody's really going to be behind you. There is just reference material back here and an exit door, and it's quiet and I can get some work done and do the things I need to do. But I wanted to share a little bit about, breakfast. So, yogurt, trail mix. It's not always cooking. Food on the road means sometimes you have snacks or you have road things that you take with you. I have jerky, so and then I also have some paleo cookies. Especially when it's travel time, you don't always have time to stop and cook. You don't always have time to prepare something that was needing a lot of refrigeration, although yogurt does need refrigeration, but it's just pull it out and eat it. You can do that in a cooler, or you can put it in your fridge. Any of those things works. It's a quick, easy meal, and I also have my hot tea. So I just was able to get hot water. You can get hot water almost anywhere. Sometimes the plan that you've made doesn't quite work out the way you had planned, and you just have to be willing to change the plan as you need to. I need a connection to Wi-Fi and cellular so that I can have internet during the weekdays, and that means that I can't always go to places that are really off the grid or far out. I can have adventures, but I can't have some of the adventures that people have when they're going out to Zion National Park or some of the other national parks where they can go and hike in somewhere and really share some of the more extraordinary things in nature. I can do some of that, but I still have to be relatively close to the ability to get back to Wi-Fi. So we were going to go to Cosmic Campground first we were going to Safford in Arizona, and there is an area for rock hounding that is filled with fire agates, and you can go and look for fire agates. And we went there and we did find some fire agates, and it was a nice area, and we still had cell service there. It's not a place you can stay, it's just a day use area. But it was 94 degrees the day that we were there, and we had planned to stay about a week in the area, and we didn't find any really good BLM area with any cell service, and it was so warm that we decided, scratch that. We did our rock hounding, and now we would go the rest of the way. We were going to head to Silver City, New Mexico, because the way we looked at the map, it looked like Cosmic Campground was about 40 miles outside of Silver City, and I didn't map it properly, but I was just winging it. Like, looked on the map, oh, that looks like it's relatively close, we'll do that. So we get to Silver City, which is a very cute little town. They've done a good job. They've preserved a little downtown area that's very vibrant. They have a really good visitor center. In Silver City, New Mexico, the visitor center will allow you to charge batteries. You could sit in there and work all day if you needed to. They have a soft bench area. You could even set up your own little TV tray type table. They're very friendly, very helpful, and you could work there daily for a week. I mean, you can't just set up camp and stay, but you could stay there and do some work if you needed to. They have a few pull-through spots. If you're pulling a trailer or you have a long RV, you could do parking right there in their parking lot. They have electrical car charging station there, And right across a footbridge, there are some really nice restaurants. Next door to them is a laundromat. Just up the street, a few blocks, is a gas station. So it's a nice walking city. Parts of it, the downtown part that is renovated and revitalized, is a nice walking area. It's pretty. It has very interesting things to see, a lot of art galleries, a lot of cultural things going on there. So Silver City was great. We really enjoyed it. We didn't get to see as much as we would have liked because we are traveling with pets on this trip, and we have to make sure that they are cool, and that's why we did not stay in Safford area, because it would have been harder to keep them cool. So we didn't get to go scout around Silver City as much as we would have liked. We did check out some of the BLM areas, and we ended up staying at a BLM campground, free campground called Cherry Creek, and there are a couple of others along that road. It's Highway 15. It's a tiny little highway. Part of it is, it's all paved. I understand that it's a 93-mile scenic byway. It's called Spirit of the Mountains Scenic Byway, and Cherry Creek Campground is about 11 miles in, so about 14 miles away from town. No cell service, no Wi-Fi. You lose that service about halfway to the campground, maybe a little bit further. The elevation is nice. It's at roughly 7,000 feet. We passed the Continental Divide sign on the way to it. So through this scenic byway drive, you pass the Continental Divide sign several times. So that's really fun, but no cell service. So we stayed overnight. It was very cool. We met some fellow nomads, which was really interesting, and shared information about the setup and what they do for cooking and how they use their cooler because they don't have a fridge. And that was just an enjoyable evening. So next we planned to go to, we thought we were going to stay a week there. We didn't. So we shaved 2 weeks off of our itinerary by skipping Cosmic Campground, not staying at Safford, and not staying at Silver City. And next we went to Las Cruces, and thought that we would stay, maybe one of the weeks we would just stay a week in Las Cruces. But what we found is the BLM land around Las Cruces for the free camping is very tight, hard to turn around. The Sierra Vista Trailhead area, which has a camping area, it's a small skinny road it's roped off with fence posts and rope on both sides. So if you have a trailer, you can't really get in there and turn around, especially if there are already vehicles camped in there and parked. And a lot of them are just, it's kind of like little pullouts on the side of this dirt road, gravel road. So that was a no-go. So sometimes you end up in a Cracker Barrel parking lot, and that's okay. The Cracker Barrel is very nice and very accommodating, and then you just regroup from there. So those are some of the things that happen that people don't always tell you about. You end up having to just change direction. And so we didn't see Cosmic Campground. It turned out fine because we were a week early. The new moon is coming up, and we wanted to be there at the new moon, and a weather system's coming and has already started. So it was overcast, so we wouldn't have been able to see the stars there. And it was 2.5, almost 3 hours driving out of our way from Silver City. So if you want to see Cosmic Campground, I do recommend that you go, because I hear it's marvelous, and it has 4 permanently set telescope areas that you can do nighttime viewing. It is in an area that they call a darkness sanctuary, so they don't have any development within 40 miles of this area. But it is somewhat remote. I don't know how the road is to get there as far as trailers and other things. So if you're planning that, just know that it is out of the way and it is quite a drive. And then, if you also know that when something doesn't go quite right and you have to regroup and you're willing to do that, then, carry on. We just change the direction as we go, and we say, okay, well, we'll see that a different time, and maybe this time we'll see something else. So there is plenty to see, and one of the weird things about New Mexico is the stoplights are sideways. So the red is on the left and the green is on the right. And that was really strange because it's hard to get used to if you're not used to it. Little things that we find along the way. Casinos are always a good place to stay. We ended up in a casino parking lot one night, and that was very good, and they had showers available. So we were able to shower and go in and have some coffee, and we could have cooked in our trailer, but we ended up going into the restaurant there and patronizing the establishment. And so, that's what we do along the way. Enjoy your trip. Enjoy the times when it doesn't quite go your way. Enjoy the exploration and the freedom of knowing that you can change direction just because you need to. You can choose a different place for today or tomorrow or next week, and it will just change your adventure a little bit. And you can always circle back and do something that didn't work out, or you can plan it for a future trip when you're coming back through again. So I'm about to enjoy my yogurt, my trail mix, and do a little bit of internet connection things that I need to do today. And next I will share some of the road conditions to the rock hounding area near Safford and a little bit of the scenic byway. That'll be a much shorter video. In fact, I'll probably do it in 2, and it's less than a minute long. So thanks for sticking with me. I hope you all are doing well and enjoying the road. We're coming up on road season weather for everyone, so stay safe out there. I saw a really bad accident yesterday. Not much left of the vehicle. I think the person was okay, but I couldn't really tell. Anyway, stay safe, and I'll see you on down the road maybe.